2009, most prognosticators had the Maryville Rebels moving up and maybe getting a taste of their own medicine in Class 6A. Some said the playoffs, maybe. But after cleaning out West Knoxville, the mighty Rebels showed up again in the state championship. They came up a little short after an incredible effort.
That's what made last year so fun. It was so many different things happening and so many different opponents. It just made it extra special. And for us to get the championship game, even though we weren't successful in that game, on our first trek through 6A, I think was a tribute to how hard these kids worked and the success that I think we'll have from here on out.
In the Alcoa game, the play was going this way, and I really wasn't in the right place at all. So I would have got yelled at if the play would have went through, but I really don't know how the ball ended up in my hands. All I know is that I thought I was going to die afterwards. I've never ran so fast in my life.
And after the Alcoa game, things started. We actually worked a lot harder as a team and just prepared for the week at a time, besides saying, we're Maryville, we're going to state, that's the way it is, it's going to be. So we just prepared week by week, and we took everything as a challenge. It didn't matter who we faced, if it was Farragut or Heritage or William Blount. Every week was an opponent, and we had to beat that opponent to survive.
I ran into radio personality Gunner from WIVK, and he's a Maryville grad, and he pulled me aside and said, you don't understand. You guys have to beat Farragut. You have to beat Farragut. It's good that you beat Bearden. You have to beat Farragut. You don't understand that. I've heard it for all. He went on and on. I kept trying to go eat lunch, and we'll do our best.
Funny story about the Farragut game is we go over there, and we're up in the box. Of course, the box is on the home side of the stands. Each touchdown that they scored, there was this section of fans kind of down in front of us that kept turning around and looking at us. Because in a lot of places, you're in a fishbowl. You have to walk up through the stands, and a lot of times people are hollering stuff at you, and you're getting all these dirty looks. And then you are right there where they can all see you, and they kept turning around and looking at us. And I was thinking, you people obviously don't know that this game can turn on a dime. The best thing for you to do is just keep watching the game, because you can go and ask people at other places. They used to turn around, but then they stopped doing that because they sit there and wait and hold their breath, because at some point the game is going to turn.
Philip Uline actually came through that game, and he had I don't know what you'd call it in football, but he had a running touchdown, he threw a touchdown, and he caught a touchdown.
Farragut game in the playoffs, we kind of alter our routine, which we never do. We decided to come out through the tunnel in front of the stands down through the student section rather than behind the stadium, and it was actually Roger Murphy's idea. He came to me, and I think Coach Ellis was there as well, and said, how about we bring our kids out through the student section, down in front of the stadium. And I was like, I don't know, But anyway, they talked me into it, and got an email from one of their fans talking about that's one of the greatest entrances they've ever seen.
I think there was only about 5 or 6 of us on the football team that knew about it beforehand. So, and I know nobody in the stands did. And so, coming out and just feeling, even more, seeing as how we were so close to the fans, just feeling the excitement and the, just every emotion you can think of in the air was just incredible. And knowing how great that feeling was, still gives me chill bumps.
It's going to be exciting if anybody realizes what we're doing. And since there's 100 and something of us, they're probably going to realize, because it's going to take a while. And we came out through that door. You don't want me playing or Coach White playing or anything else, but we could have played that night after going through there. We were that excited. And I know if that excites an old guy like me that can't hardly walk, that there's no telling what that's doing to a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid. And it was just something that we're liable to do from now on. It kind of broke from our straight line, do it this way kind of thing, and in a good way.
We're about to go out, and he goes, "All right, boys, we're going through the stands tonight." And it just stands the hair on the back of my neck right now just thinking about it, because it was the coolest thing ever. When we walked through the stands, the whole crowd stood up. Everybody just went wild because it was the first time.
For the Riverdale game during the playoffs, I know personally what inspired me for that game was a text I got from one of the players, Dylan Beats. I can't remember exactly what the text said, but I mean it almost brought tears to my eyes, and it really made me prepared for that game just by that one text he gave me. And that night, everybody looking at Riverdale having all their mascots and all their little teepee things set up, putting all that on our field, that was kind of a disrespectful thing that we thought. And, I think that helped a lot of people out, a lot of the players out, getting ready.
But just that atmosphere of somebody coming to your field and thinking it's their home game, and if that's the game I'm thinking about, their band's out there playing while we come out on the field and getting their fans off, which is fine. That's fine, whatever you want to do. But it's another motivation for our kids that we're pretty good anyway, and then you motivate us a little extra, then we're usually very good.
Performing like we did in our last home game as seniors was just incredible. We jumped on them early, and I think they fumbled it a couple times, and then having that interception for a touchdown that I had was really just pretty much the icing on the cake, because we were already up, and having scored that touchdown, we just kind of put it over the top. So it really helped to have that touchdown, and my team just did incredible that game.
I remember Jacob West running into one of their linebackers and just really stoning the kid, and Buddy Jones running all over him. He had a huge night. So that was another statement game that I'll definitely look back on when all this is done and definitely enjoy.
A great football game, but it was their night. And in this run of all these games that we won over this 10-year span, most of the time it was our night. But again, another great high school football game, and you hate to see it end like that, but it gives us good things to look forward to next year.
And all my friends, best 4 years of my life.